The Old Talbott Tavern stands proudly in Bardstown, Kentucky. It has been there since 1779. Its stone walls are thick, having seen countless seasons pass. They have absorbed the stories of generations. Many say it is the oldest Western stagecoach stop in America still in operation. Imagine the travelers who sought refuge within these very walls. Tired pioneers, hopeful settlers, and perhaps even those fleeing something. The air inside feels heavy with history. It is a place where the past does not just sleep. Some believe it actively walks the time-worn floors, stirring in the dead of night. This isn't just any old inn. It's a landmark with a reputation that whispers of things unseen. Locals share stories. Visitors leave with their own chilling tales. The Old Talbott Tavern is often called Kentucky's most haunted inn. Is it true? Many believe so. The creaking floors and shadowy corners seem to hold secrets that are not always willing to stay hidden. People speak of cold spots in warm rooms. They tell of doors that open and close on their own. The very stones seem to hum with an ancient, eerie energy. Step inside, and you step back in time. The original structure still forms the heart of the building. Heavy wooden beams cross the ceilings. The scent of old wood and something more, something indefinable, hangs in the air. It's easy to imagine the flickering candlelight of centuries past. It is easy to picture the rugged faces of frontiersmen. They would have gathered around the hearth, sharing news and whiskey. The tavern was a beacon in the wilderness, a place of rest, but also a place where destinies crossed, and some perhaps never truly departed. The atmosphere is thick with more than just history. It is an ambiance of the unexplained. Staff members have grown accustomed to the strange occurrences. They might find objects moved from where they were left. They might hear faint voices when no one is around. The Old Talbott Tavern doesn't just offer a bed for the night. It offers an experience. It provides a chance to brush against the veil that separates our world from another. For those who are sensitive to such things, the inn is alive with more than just its living guests. It is a place where echoes of the past linger strongly. The story of the Old Talbott Tavern begins in the rugged era of early America. It was built around 1779, a time when Kentucky was still the wild frontier. Known then by other names, including the Hines Hotel and the Talbott Hotel, it served a vital role. It was a crucial stagecoach stop on the arduous journey westward. Imagine the relief of travelers, weary from days on rough trails, seeing its welcoming lights. It offered more than just food and shelter. It offered a taste of civilization in an untamed land. The tavern quickly became a central hub in Bardstown, a place for news, commerce, and camaraderie. Many famous figures from American history have passed through its doors. Daniel Boone, the legendary frontiersman, is said to have been a guest. He would have found kindred spirits here, men carving a new nation from the wilderness. A young Abraham Lincoln, long before his presidency, reportedly stayed here with his parents as a child. Think of that young boy, perhaps looking out from these very windows, dreaming of his future. Andrew Jackson, the 7th President of the United States, also lodged at the tavern. He was known for his fiery spirit, and one can only wonder about the conversations and debates that echoed in these rooms during his visits. Perhaps one of an even more surprising guest was a future king, Louis Philippe, Duke of Orleans, who would later become King of France, stayed here in 1797. He was in exile during the French Revolution, traveling with his brothers. It is a curious thought, a European royal finding refuge in a rustic Kentucky inn. Imagine the contrast between the refined manners of the French entourage and the rugged ways of the American frontier. Their presence adds another layer of fascinating history to the tavern's already rich tapestry. The guest register, if it could speak, would tell incredible tales of diverse lives intersecting. The tavern wasn't just a place for the famous, it was a microcosm of early American life. It saw settlers heading to new lives, soldiers marching to and from conflicts, and circuit-riding preachers. It witnessed land deals, political arguments, and joyful celebrations. Each person who passed through left an imprint, a tiny fragment of their story embedded within the walls. This constant flow of human experience, with all its hopes, fears, and dramas, has seasoned the very fabric of the Old Talbott Tavern. It is this deep, resonant history that provides such a fertile ground for the tales of the unexplained that continue to this day. One of the most enduring legends at the Old Talbott Tavern involves a notorious figure, Jesse James. The infamous Outlaw and his gang roamed the countryside, their exploits striking fear and fascination. It is said that Jesse James stayed at the tavern on several occasions. Room 3, in particular, is associated with his presence. Stories claim that late one night, perhaps after too much drink or in a paranoid fit, James fired his pistol. The evidence, some insist, remains embedded in the wall above the mantelpiece. Several distinct circular indentations are pointed out as bullet holes, a stark memento of a violent man. Are these truly Jesse James's bullet holes? Skeptics offer other explanations, of course. Perhaps they are merely marks from old picture hangings or some other mundane cause. Yet, the legend persists, fueled by the romantic, dangerous allure of the outlaw. The tavern staff often share the tale with curious guests. Standing in room 3, it is easy to let your imagination wander. You can almost picture James, eyes darting, hand on his gun, the tension palpable in the air. Whether fact or folklore, the story of Jesse James and the bullet holes adds a thrilling, darker shade to the tavern's haunted reputation. Then, there is the spectral figure known only as the Woman in White. She is perhaps the tavern's most frequently reported apparition. Her sorrowful form has been seen gliding silently through the hallways, particularly on the upper floors. Guests and employees alike have described her. She appears ethereal, often with a melancholic aura. Who was she? Why does she linger? The answers are lost to time, replaced by speculation and whispered theories. Some believe she was a bride jilted at the altar, her heartbreak tying her to the inn forever. Others suggest she is searching for a lost love or a child. Her appearances are often fleeting, a glimpse of white in the dim light, a sudden chill in the air. Sometimes she is seen near the staircase, as if waiting. Her presence is not usually described as malevolent, but rather as profoundly sad. The Woman in White embodies a classic type of ghostly figure, her story one of unfinished business or eternal sorrow. Her silent wanderings contribute significantly to the belief that the Old Talbott Tavern is a place where spirits restlessly roam, their stories forever echoing. Beyond the specific legends of outlaws and sorrowful ladies, other unexplained sounds and events really permeate the Old Talbott Tavern. Among the most unsettling are the disembodied sounds of children. Guests have reported hearing faint laughter echoing from empty hallways. Sometimes the pitter-patter of small feet is heard on the floorboards above, even when the rooms are unoccupied. These sounds are often fleeting, just enough to make you question what you heard. Who these spectral children might be is a mystery. Were they children of past owners, or maybe young travelers whose journeys ended too soon within these walls? Objects have also been known to move inexplicably. Items left on a dresser might be found on the floor. Doors that were firmly closed are discovered ajar, or vice versa. Some guests have reported the distinct feeling of being watched, even when they are entirely alone. These subtle yet persistent phenomena contribute to the inn's eerie atmosphere. It is not always dramatic apparitions that define a haunting. Sometimes it's the accumulation of small, unexplainable occurrences. These events suggest a playful or perhaps simply restless energy that pervades the historic building, keeping the living on edge. A significant event in the tavern's more recent history seems to have amplified its paranormal reputation. In March of 1998, a devastating fire swept through parts of the building. The blaze caused extensive damage, particularly to the roof and upper floors. Thankfully, no one was seriously injured, and the historic core of the tavern was saved. However, the fire was a traumatic event for the old structure. Reconstruction and restoration work took time. Many believe that such an event, releasing so much energy and disturbing the fabric of an old place, can stir up dormant spiritual activity. Indeed, following the 1998 fire, reports of ghostly encounters and unexplained phenomena seem to increase. Some folks theorize that the disruption woke up spirits that had been quiet for years. Others suggest that the emotional turmoil surrounding the fire somehow imprinted itself onto the location. Whatever the reason, staff and guests began to share even more stories of strange sights, sounds, and sensations. The fire, while a tragedy, inadvertently added another chapter to the Old Talbott Tavern's burgeoning legend as a truly haunted Kentucky landmark, its spectral residents seemingly more active than ever before. The persistent tales of ghostly activity at the Old Talbott Tavern have, naturally attracted the attention of paranormal investigators. Numerous ghost hunting groups, both amateur and professional, have spent nights within its historic walls. Armed with equipment like EMF meters, audio recorders, and infrared cameras, They seek tangible evidence of the reported hauntings. Their findings have often been intriguing. Investigators have captured electronic voice phenomena, EVPs, disembodied voices not heard at the time of recording but audible on playback. These voices sometimes seem to respond to questions or whisper names from the past. Cold spots in otherwise warm rooms are frequently documented, a classic sign often associated with spiritual energy. Some investigators have reported capturing shadowy figures on camera or witnessing unexplained lights. Personal experiences are also common during these vigils. The feeling of being touched by unseen hands, sudden overwhelming emotions, or seeing fleeting apparitions. While definitive proof of ghosts remains elusive, as it always does, the collective experiences of these investigators lend further credence to the idea that something truly out of the ordinary resides within the Old Talbott Tavern. The inn itself embraces its haunted heritage, often sharing these findings with interested guests. So, what truly walks the halls of this ancient inn? Are they the echoes of famous figures like Daniel Boone or Jesse James, their strong personalities imprinted on the very stones? Is it the sorrowful woman in white, forever searching for something she cannot find? Or are they the unseen children whose laughter drifts through the corridors? Perhaps it is a combination of many spirits, a collection of souls from different eras, all tied to this one remarkable location. The Old Talbott Tavern has stood for over 2 centuries, a silent witness to countless lives and untold stories. The history is undeniable. The legends are compelling. The eyewitness accounts continue to mount. The Old Talbott Tavern remains a popular destination, not just for its historical significance and southern hospitality, but for the thrill of the unknown. It beckons to the curious, to the brave, and to those who seek a connection with a past that refuses to stay silent. So the question lingers, hanging in the old, still air of the tavern. Would you dare to spend a night? Would you challenge the shadows and listen for the whispers? The Old Talbott Tavern awaits, its doors open, its secrets perhaps ready to be shared with those who are willing to listen.